Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Silver Cosmo Movie
Here
Reviews.
we go. Surfing on the wake of a comet's tail. It's Captain Chris with a K.
It's your lovable but tough movie buff, Mr. Brett.
Straight from Regal Cinema this time. It's the off-brand Superman, Marquez Christopher Eason.
Across the sea of movies, space, and stars, and our other suns. The vast movie reviews we continue to give insight and review. This is your cosmonaut host, Carlos, in the house. You guys, we're going to talk about the Thunderbolts.
Asterisk.
All right, what could the asterisk mean? We don't know, but we will tell you more about it. Let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Hey guys, why don't you check out She Barber Cuts Barbershop and give Markeisha Brown, the licensed professional barber there, a call at 316-218-3566 for all your haircut needs. She's got cuts for kids, adults, and for those looking for the good one, the deluxe with beard trims, wash, and hot towels. So don't forget to give Markeisha a call at She Barber Cuts and see her at 2319 North Ridge, Barber Suite 6A here in Wichita, Kansas.
We have the Thunderbolts starring
Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, Wyatt Russell, Olga Kurylenko,
And Louis Pullman, Geraldine Viswanathan, and Chris Bauer.
Wendell Pierce, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
The movie was directed by Jake Schreier. Okay, you guys, we have blast off in
3, 2, 1.
All right, let's go ahead and hit the jet fuels.
Spoiler alert!
If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie first, then come in. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about the movie. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the plot itself. Marquez, tell me a little bit about the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they're basically, at first glance, Marvel's Suicide Squad. Everyone uses that. That's pretty much it. You have a bunch of superheroes. I guess the word, disgruntled? I don't want to call them failed superheroes, but no, they're an unlikely team that is getting together trying to stop a world-ending event or another world-ending event, because I guess Marvel is full of world-ending events. But yeah, they were brought together to be the new Avengers. Basically, they need a superhero team to save the world because they're just not equipped. I guess the military and the world isn't equipped to deal with the threats that they're coming up against. So they're trying to revamp the Avengers. That's pretty much the plot. They're the new Avengers. Asterisk.
Well, and it's kind of, I mean, it's just the next step in the phase, whatever phase we're in now. I felt like it played pretty well off of the prior phases and just continued to build on something's coming, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they need to make that new team. Like, you don't have the Thors and Hulks available.
Yeah,
like
the
they
Iron
did.
Man.
Iron Man, he's done. Captain's gone. I mean, we do have Captain America, but I guess he's building. Well, I don't know if we want to jump that far to the end, but building his own team,
Yeah.
of Avengers.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. But I when I think of plot, I'm like, it's Yelena Belova's like life goal story. Like, it just felt like, or her midlife crisis. Like,
Yeah.
like.
And they brought,
I'm so bored.
yeah,
Boom, boom,
yeah, and they brought a team together that you wouldn't think would be. I
Yeah.
mean, you had U.S. Agent, then you had Red Guardian, then you had Ghost, Taskmaster, and the new.
Which I was disappointed they didn't let Taskmaster.
Yeah,
Some time. Like,
that was
like,
bad.
like Taskmaster's had a horrible life too. Like, give him some chance to have some laughs with everybody.
yeah, and I was like, what? Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, I was the first few minutes after the. Which, let's be
What?
fair, the gunshot happens really early on in the movie.
Yeah,
Taskmaster's only in it for 10 minutes. 15
Yeah.
That kind of hurt right there. I'm like, that's it.
yeah.
I was for the first few minutes after it happened, I'm like, surely she's popping back up, right? Gonna be like, oh, you just grazed me, or like,
yeah, I kept waiting for her to come back.
fooled ya.
Yeah, but nope.
So tell me a little bit about the direction of this movie. So we know that there was reports that some of the movies stunk it up. It's like the Avengers Endgame was the a pinnacle point of the movies, but it's got a
Yeah.
lot of praise reviews. But let's talk about a little bit about what are the things that you took from this movie that was like, wow, they did a great job. What would you say, Brett?
I would say they did a good job, storytelling wise in some way, and they kind of paid a homage to some of the characters, especially when they went into the Sentry character, giving him the suit, and then dyeing his hair blonde.
Yeah. They did make him look like more like his comic book counterpart. Yeah, they really
At
did
least
a
for
good
that
job
time.
for that point in
For that
time.
part,
Yeah.
I have a feeling any future iterations in the MCU will be different than what we saw this version of him.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's also a little bit of a culmination. We've been seeing Allegra or Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah.
For what? It's been
Emphasis
a
on-
few
emphasis on
years
the D.
now.
Yeah.
On the not defense, not fence, as she says. But it's in the MCU, it's a culmination of, I don't know, she's been popping her head in now for a few years. Maybe I'm trying to think how far back her little
WandaVision
was that when she first
I
popped on the
believe-
scene.
I believe so. I can't remember exact.
So it would have been shortly after the blip,
Yeah, yeah. It was,
shortly after the end game, essentially.
Yeah.
So and she's been trying to, since that point, develop something that was a U.S. like the Avengers, though they were based in U.S. in the Stark building, they weren't a U.S. government sanctioned team. Shield was not a U.S. government sanctioned. So she's working similar to what Thunderbolt was working on himself, building a team of getting a superhero that is like a government superhero.
Yeah, like a private sector.
Instead of
essentially, they're trying to build arms not with nuclear weapons, but with superpowered heroes.
Pretty much.
And so this was kind of that culmination of her work, at least thus far. I have a feeling that iteration is going to change as we progress towards the next doomsday scenario.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nod. But I thought I was pleased with the way, as far as the MCU, like I felt like Captain Brave New World was good.
Yeah,
there was some bad movies we've seen from MCUs before that.
Yeah,
that was good. I think this was a little bit better, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things I like.
It wasn't great. It wasn't Endgame. It wasn't even Guardians.
No, and that's the thing. Our expectations. Everything doesn't have to be over the top Endgame level. You know?
Right.
I mean,
right.
you can have
really good. I enjoyed.
You can have a mid-level, mid-tier, entry-level Marvel movie. That there's nothing.
Sure.
It's okay. I think our expectations are so high now.
Right. Everything's
everything's got to be this and that, whatever. You don't have to have all that to have a good time. I really enjoyed this. One of the things about this movie that really stood out to me is when, like I said, it's an unlikely team, but they all came together when it mattered. I love seeing that in movies when you get a group together and you're like, okay, that guy, oh man, he's a jerk. I don't like her. Okay, she's really this. And then they're there when it matters. That's one of the beautiful things about movies like this, in my opinion, is seeing people come together and work. And come together and become more powerful than either of them ever could be on their own.
Then they were definitely the epitome of that, because they only, although Bucky and Red Guardian are both super powered. That's well, I guess Ghost is kind of
and U.S. Agent kind of.
U.S. Agent's very powerful.
I forget that he has
the serum.
he has the serum.
But like I say, it affected him differently than Steve.
Yeah,
it made him physically strong, and I think the way why he's such a jerk is also because it not just because the pressure of living up to being Captain America, but I think the serum
made
him. It like I said, it takes what's on the inside and puts it on the outside. I think a little bit of that is the serum, because he was an All-American, athlete. He was
three-time state football champion.
yeah, that's right.
And the thing that kind of irritated me when Sentry bent his shield into a taco.
Yeah, he never got it.
And they never fixed it back. I'm like, bro, fix it back.
Yeah, there's
like-
got to be a way to.
I'm like, what y'all doing?
Yeah,
But the flow of the movie here, I understand the heart that carried the movie was definitely Florence Pugh's character.
Oh yeah, that's why I said
She
like
was-
it could have
she
been
was
called
heart.
the Yelena Belova
yeah.
team up movie.
And then, of course, Red Guardian was funny. He did not skip a beat. He did a great job. And then
Great
also
supporting his
Bucky.
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah, Bucky was doing
Yeah.
much better than when he did in Brave New World. Now, the contrast between both of those movies is this one here, they focused on the character. And the problem is in Brave New World, I didn't feel it was fluid enough to understand, okay, who's doing what? Why is this person doing this? Why are you doing that?
It was choppy.
And then this
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
I wish they could have done that. Now, we'll talk about that here.
I
just
think there's
second.
a lot on the floor from Brave New World that they were trying to be too sensitive about that probably would have made that movie a lot better.
Yeah,
I really
right.
do. I really
Yeah.
think they chopped some stuff out.
So,
that
for the audience,
Okay.
real quick, what were the things that you wish they could have? Things that they didn't do a good job in. What would be your opinion, Chris?
in this movie,
Okay. For me, like I say, that they didn't do a good job of is, I think the marketing, some of the marketing material. I mean, I know you mean. I'll get to the within the movie here in a minute, but I think it was just putting the asterisks there. I mean, it was a kind of a fun little thing, but I think ultimately, people are looking for things to gripe about, and they're gonna gripe about that. And they're gonna pick that apart. Even though to me, I thought it was funny, but within the movie, I felt like, okay, just some of the things, like when you think about it logically, like, okay, they put the thing in the room to stop the power of the incinerator in the room that is incinerated. It's like, wait, what?
I don't know
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know that.
I mean, it's like, why? And then they put a timer in the room for the incinerator.
Right.
Why would you do that as a villain? Why?
that trash getting
What the-
incinerated needs to know how long it's got before it gets
I
incinerated.
mean, I'm like, okay, so I realized it's a plot device, so the characters
Sure.
can know and this and that, whatever. But I just sort of ignored it.
Gotta
because
have
it's
that
like, okay,
countdown.
I
timer.
can't address that right now. I'm enjoying the movie. I'm looking in the, but just a few little narrative quirks that they could have, I think, masked better. Like maybe, I don't know, have Bucky. Well, Bucky wasn't in it yet, but U.S. Agent have like some a little piece of tech that gives him the ability to see through walls or something, or maybe discover things. Stuff like that. Or if anyone should have it, it should have been the new Black Widow. Because she's a gadget person. Same way with Ghost, they put the sonic shield up so she couldn't walk through the walls. And we don't know the limits of her powers. And it's one of the things I've always felt about characters that can walk through walls. How are they standing on the floor? Shouldn't they phase through the
Very
floor?
focused.
I mean, shouldn't they? Why not make them float as they walk through the wall? Just weird stuff like that to me. I think about stuff like that all the time. I'm sorry, guys, but that for me, just little technical details, Carlos.
Yeah, because I kind of felt that way when watching Shadow Cat and X-Men, and like when you can walk, you can run through the walls, but you don't fall through the floor. She fell to the floor when she needed to.
Yeah,
But
just little stuff like that. But other than that, it's a nitpick. But other than that, I really enjoyed it.
I think probably my biggest frustrations with the movie, one kind of mentioned, Taskmaster, was a little disappointed that they didn't stick with that character a little longer. That was probably one of my biggest peeves. Honestly, I felt like Bucky was a little dry. Like, I don't know. I felt like he was almost a side character. That's the way I felt. I thought they could have had Bucky be a little more. I don't know. I just felt like there was something left on the floor with Bucky's persona, and maybe that's because they're looking to, like maybe he's going to be the Avengers leader, in that role. So maybe they're wanting to not focus on him now, because he's had his own Winter Soldier movie. He's been around. He's been in Civil War. He's been around.
Oh yeah, like 7 or 8 different Marvel movies.
Right.
Sure.
And so, and we've seen some of his story, but I mean, and he had the TV show too.
Yeah,
But
with Falcon.
even that was more so about the Falcon and his transition to Captain America than really. And Bucky's always been a sidekick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I felt like that was one of the things I didn't like. I
Well,
liked a lot of other things though, way more than I didn't like.
What I'm
Yeah,
gonna
me
say, what I'm gonna say is that Bucky did a great job when it was just him and the with the Falcon and Winter Soldier. That one,
Yeah.
Bucky had a great role there. Now taking it, amplifying it to the big screen, yes, he was okay. So, that actor is a great actor, not a problem. It's just that okay, of course, Taskmaster wouldn't go down like that. That's one.
No.
Two,
Yeah.
you took a rich character in the Sentry, and I think you watered him down too fast. I just wish you could have expanded more on that. We all know the Thunderbolts have no competition against it. The Sentry could just, Sentry or the Void could have wiped them out. As plain as that. That's just, it's like, no, something should have gave in a little bit more. But I think in this character, I don't think Sentry and Void should have been the villain in this one. To me, I wish they would have brought back Zemo. In my opinion, brought back Zemo. I wouldn't have complained if he controlled the Red Hulk or the leader. Just some people get involved and they said, hey, you know what? We need to get together. These guys are acting up. Make it more like a Suicide Squad, but not like the Suicide Squad.
More like the original Thunderbolts. Like, oh, hey guys, the Avengers are gone. Let's get all my Masters of Destruction back here, and we're going to be.
I just don't
we're going to be good. We're not going to be good. We're going to tell them we're going to be good, guys. Come on.
Or what they could have done was use the Sentry towards the end a little bit. Leave that as a cliffhanger for another note for another movie. But we all know that these movies are all pushing in, gearing towards Doomsday. So I'm prepared for it. I get it. This is going to be Doctor Doom's realm for now. So we're just going to leave it at that. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
With spring here and all the storms on their way, you need to make sure you have the proper home, auto, and all your properties insured. We here at Razor Cut Information just can't get enough of our favorite insurance man, Ernie Ruelas. Please visit Ernie and his State Farm agency at 11330 East Central Avenue, Suite 400, Wichita, Kansas, 316-682-2300. Thank you so much, Ernie.
The Silver Cosmo Movie Lining Movie Ratings is presented by She Cuts Barbers. All right, so we're going to give out of 4 Thunderbolt stars. Out of 4. Kicking off with you, Brett. How many Thunderbolt stars you give?
I'm gonna give it 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, with the exception of the Taskmaster thing, and and then you know, Red Guardian being a bit corny. For real, he was. I mean, I understand, but overall, it made for a good story, and it kind of like brought a little bit of a spark back into the MCU where we had a whole load of stinkers. This one kind of cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah. Can I go 3.5? I mean, this movie, I thought it was really good. It was much better than I thought it'd be. Honestly, I was like, okay, Thunderbolts. I always thought of them, even though the roster has changed a lot over the years. I always thought of them as like peripheral characters, just side characters. What really stood out for me in this movie was, like I say, the ability that all the characters had to internalize. Granted, it was always dark. When it was always issues that they had that were tragic, but still, that's one of the things you lose when you take a character from the page and try to put them on the screen, is that they lose the ability to internalize, and self-reflection goes out of the window. You know, and I think that's one of the things that makes a lot of comic book characters so compelling, is how they think. You know, but yeah, so 3.5 stars.
I'm going to go 3.5 as well. I really love Julie Louis-Dreyfus. I think she plays an awesome Valentina.
Yes.
Which we've said many times on Silver Cosmos, a great actor in the villain, quote unquote, even though she's not your standard villain. is kind of the villain in this movie. I think she did great. And I liked they really kept a strong continuity. There was multiple references to recent MCU events, even as recent as Brave New World.
Yes,
I mean they're on it. It seemed to flow well. It was a like a steady story where like you had those movies like Eternals. You're like, what are you even talking about here? Like we got the Avengers. Nobody notices this is happening. What?
Yeah, that was.
You know what I mean? And they have brought. They still keep the continuity with that stuff going on. Like Brave New World had the what's the celestial? Yeah,
Celestial. Okay,
in
yeah.
the ocean. But still, I agree. I think this one brought it back to what we would expect. Is I would say like the standard for a Marvel, not the best Marvel movie ever,
No,
but a good standard. Like it's good. There's funny. There's cry. There's tons of really cool action.
Yes, the action. That's another thing.
Really good team up work. Yeah, I thought. I mean, I thought it was pretty dang good. 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 3. The reason why I didn't go the extra half is because, like I said before, it just felt rushed. It felt that this show, if you took a person that does not watch comics, if they have no idea what's going on, they're going to look at it and be like, okay, a bunch of misfits. I get it. They got problems. I get it. Oh, this guy's pretty powerful. Uh-oh, what are we going to do?
You're goddamn right.
And to me, you have to look at it at both sides. And so there was comedy, down to earth, heart moments. Yeah. And so, yes, it's due justice. But I will say this. Marvel has to really take a serious look at, because it's pretty much opening up a playbook, and you're just going to have to get people in. We know already, like the Eternals didn't do well in the box office. We know that Kraven, we won't talk about Madam Web. That's a whole different story.
Please don't.
But Kraven's hitting on streaming, which was a big.
So what it is that this movie here, you got heavy hitter actors trying to go in and help, and we know already Florence Pugh has already made a name. She's like really, going off with it, and she's just, like I said, just noticing her in other projects. But going forward here with this movie, hopefully it will catapult itself into going on the next movie. So if they're going to do another Thunderbolts, hopefully this time they can kind of bring it back to the comic book origins and maybe do something like that, like bring in a Red Hulk in it. Because right now, from what I'm understanding, like I mentioned already before, Dr. Doom is going to pretty much run all that Doomsday going into the Secret Wars. So it's just going to be a conglomerate of bunch of people getting together and then just not going to have time to deal with them.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for that to see the Dr. Doom phase when they bring.
I hope they can get some good limited series to go in on that and flesh it out some.
That'll be really cool.
All right. Well, you guys, any shout outs before we go?
Thank you all for listening. I love you guys.
Shout out to all the fans out there. Thanks to the people behind the scenes as well. And happy Mother's Day to Mom.
Yeah, thanks for everyone that's listening. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes, as always, thank you guys for making it happen. Thank you for the guys behind the scenes. As always, I appreciate you guys, every single one of you. Shout out to the special friends that follow our comic book shows here, Sierra, Christian, Tom, and then the movies as well. Thank you guys as well. And Leslie, of course, thank you. And my good old friend, Araceli, thank you so much for following our show. I also want to say Mission Impossible is coming out. We will do a Silver Cosmo movie classics. We're going to talk about the Mission Impossible movies. We'll kind of just go over a review of the movies, and then we're going to give away those tickets. So you guys, all you have to do is like, subscribe, put your name in, and then we'll give it away. Until then, we're out.